Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got the second instalment of the tour Watopia. We've got stages 3 and 4, and these are going to be some very attritional stages. Absolutely loving the tour so far though. Really impressed with the racing and the courses, so having an absolute laugh so far. But on a serious note, this is it's a really good tour. Thoroughly enjoying it. Now, just before I get into it, if you're enjoying these videos, then please drop me a like. I appreciate all the comments I get, and finally hit that subscribe button if you're watching this and Zwift racing is your type of thing. Now, on to the action. So this was stage 3, out and back is the course. And this one is a relatively flat course, apart from 2 little inclines. So we've got the Volcano KOM, and we've also got the Zwift KOM, and it was a relatively calm start considering how these normally kick off. So I have to admit that my legs were not feeling in the best condition at this point. I got on the bike, and sometimes I'm not sure if you ever do the same when you get on the bike and initially you get like a bit of feedback from the legs and it's not good. Well, I did kind of feel like I was going to be in trouble in this race, but as per normal, all I'm trying to do is stay with the front of the bunch for as long as I possibly can, and then just find my sort of normal pack selection full of the people in my categories and my ability. So so far 24 minutes in, and there's been a couple of little attempts for the front of the pack to get away, but I knew this first sprint segment was going to be the actual kind of first point where things maybe broke up a little bit or would break up a little bit. And I'm not going for any of the sprint jerseys or anything like that, but I'm still putting in as much effort as I possibly can do to get as high up as I can do in the green jersey competition. But I'm not trying to go crazy with the sprints, because I know what I'm like. If I make too much of an effort, or if I burn a match, then unfortunately I'm not going to be very good later on in the race. And I was kind of aware that we've got a couple of inclines coming up, and actually coming through that sprint and then going through the S's here, I was really feeling it. There's a little group that's just gone off up ahead, and I know that the Volcano is literally just ahead, so I kind of make a little bit of a conscious decision here, rather than to chase the pack out front, just to let the pack behind come back to me, because I'm not going to gain anything at all from chasing just before the KOM. So here we are at the bottom of the KOM here, and my goal for this particular part is just to sort of threshold and maybe go into VO2 max a little bit. So between 200 and say 265, 275 watts, and just try and stay at the front of this pack for as long as possible. Now, as at this point I saw Phil Cox, as you can see, he's just ahead of me here. Phil is a subscriber and regularly comments on the video, so hi Phil, it's good to see you on the course today, and some great riding from yourself. Now we're just coming up to the second part of the Volcano here, once we've gone through the kind of middle bit. And this is where it really gets painful for me on the Volcano. Just this second part seems to drag on for ages. But I was pretty happy with my efforts here. Heart rate is around 169, 170. That's okay, but it does obviously show that I'm putting in quite a bit of effort. But I was just able to kind of eke it out a little bit and get the most from my legs as we crest the top here. Not too bad at all. So kind of middle of the bunch. I mean, there's quite a few competitors in this race. I feel like I've found my group, and I know that just down this bit of the incline, it was just to kind of get within that group as we come to the Zwift KOM, which it followed shortly after. And same sort of thing really. Just wanted to stay with the front of the group. This is a shorter climb, so this is only about 5 minutes for me, or 6 minutes. But I knew this was kind of the last little effort just to sort of remain with this group. Now, I don't know what I was doing here. Kind of fell back in the pack, but for this bit, this end bit here, I was kind of pushing the pace a little bit off the front here. I don't know why I was doing that, because I get swallowed up by everyone else here. So not the greatest of tactics from me there, but I remain with the group. I'm pretty happy with being kind of middle of the bunch again, And yeah, just, I mean, I guess the main thing for me is just to, you know, go as high as I possibly can in GC. And I feel like I've made quite the effort to remain in a decent position as we kind of come through the last little bits of the lap. So only a mile to go here. And same sort of thing as stage 1 and 2, really. Not really too fussed about the finish here. I didn't want to come last of this group. I didn't want to lose any time to this group. But I just, you know, was trying to save a little bit of energy for tomorrow. I've always got a bit of an eye on what's coming the next day. And yeah, here we go. Just crossing the line here. For, once again, an excellent race, I would say. Really, really enjoyable. Nice to find a good group of people to ride with there. And yeah, I've moved up again in the GC. I'm up to 65th now, which is pretty good. I think it was mid-80s last time, or 70s. So I'm moving up, just under 10 minutes behind. But for me, I'm pretty happy. You know, that's out of roughly about 300 competitors.
Hey everyone, so I've got, I thought I'd do like a little commentary before the race tonight. This is the fourth stage, and I'm feeling a little bit nervous, to be honest with you, because the last time I did this course was the Dirt Racing League. It was like pretty much a year ago, and I completely bonked on the climb, on the Innsbruck climb. So my tactics for this one are going to be like really pace the early part of the ride. So I'll maybe give the first leg snapper a go, second sprint a go, and then I'll rest up for the KOM. If I could get something around, well, if I could hold 270 watts for the KOM, I'll be quite happy with that, especially after you know, probably 3 laps of carnage. So fingers crossed this goes okay, and yeah, over to the race.
Yes, and over to the race indeed. So we have got the Innsbruck KOM after party. So essentially this one is 3 laps around the Innsbruck ring, a course that most Zwifters should know very, very well, I would say. And then it's up the KOM forward, which is anti-clockwise. So I absolutely love this course. It's one of my, well, Innsbruck is my favourite Zwift world. I do love both climbs. Even though I love them, though, it doesn't mean that I'm ever any good at them. I always kind of use them to do my little threshold 20-minute, you know, best PBs. And I think my best ever 20 minutes has come on the reverse Innsbruck KOM. So, yeah, I was pretty nervous about this one because of what happened last time. I know last time I wasn't feeling very well in hindsight, but actually I still had to, I don't know, put my plan together and actually, you know, do the tactics that I wanted to be able to finish this race as high up as possible. And as we're coming through the first leg snapper, so this was actually classed as a sprint rather than a KOM kind of thing. So, you know, I know I say this a lot, but I just wanted to stay, you know, as far forward as I possibly could do, but without completely doing my legs in. And I didn't mind if anyone went off the front. You know, I was quite happy with that. You know, mentally I was prepared for that to happen. You know, and as we come through the first sprint segment, they're relatively close. There's the actual first sprint segment, but the second segment of the course. Yeah, I kind of felt like, you know, I was keeping I was holding a little bit back, because in the back of my head I've always got, you know, we've got that long 25-30 minute climb coming up. So we're coming around now the second lap, second time up the leg snapper, and I was just hoping that it was going to be a little bit easier, but unfortunately no, same thing happens, and everyone is kind of there doing their best here to get away off the front. And yeah, I'm holding quite a steady power, but not, once again, going crazy, just trying to focus on staying with the group. And I'm just in the middle of a split here. Once again, I let others pull it back. I made that mistake last time, where I tried chasing it back myself. And yeah, as we come through the other sprint segment here, I do give it a little bit more of a go, just to get with the front of the pack. And yeah, so it's at this point that I'm actually feeling like my plan's going quite well, because my legs aren't feeling too bad. My legs are feeling okay, which I was quite surprised about, considering yesterday they felt not great. So final time around the leg snapper, thank goodness for that. Yeah, kind of middle of the pack here, so pretty happy with that. Just got to now push it out to the very top. I'm never going to win any sprint points here, but that's okay. You know, that is okay. Or we'll win some points, but not, you know, top points. And just, yeah, back with the pack here through to the other sprint segment here. And I think I'm just going to roll through at this point rather than give it any sort of effort. A few people come on through, but I am relatively happy just kind of keeping a bit of a threshold here through this section. And now mentally preparing myself for the climb that's coming up. You know, the pack will sort of bunch back up together, which is absolutely fine. So there's quite a lot of us here. So I think it ranges from about, well, I don't know, there's quite a lot of us here, to be honest with you. So now my thoughts are just about holding threshold. I don't really want to go over the 270 mark, as I said, but anything near there would be great, because as I said last time, I went up this in about 35 minutes, which is awful, and I could barely hit 200 watts. But as I said a little while ago, my legs felt pretty good. I was happy with my cadence. I was breathing through my stomach. That was good. And look at this, I'm actually making up a few places, which I was, at this point, I was like, right, don't get too excited, but you're not doing too bad at all. You're not losing any places. In fact, you're gaining places, and you're catching up others. So, you know, relatively happy at this point. Not too long to go. I actually had my Garmin on as well, just so I could track what I'm doing, because I've got an Apple TV, so I can't have, well, I don't have Source or anything like that. But yeah, I was managing to hold 270 pretty consistently. And I wasn't really keeping up, I wasn't trying to keep up with anyone. I was just literally doing my own pace. There was a few people that came past me, and then I got past back them, or got back past them. So yeah, no, I was super happy at this point, and with not long to go here, I think I'm pretty much going to have a very, very good race, which is kind of redemption for me, because I was really disappointed the last time I raced it, especially as it's, as I say, one of my favourite courses, or one of my favourite worlds. So at this point now, I'm just hopeful that I will move up a little bit again in the GC, potentially, but I still don't really know who's up ahead of me. As we crest here, I was super happy with my effort. I think I did it in just over 24 minutes, which was really good. The finishing line was actually just around the corner here, but yeah, I did know that, but I don't know why I didn't put a bit more effort in. I think I was pretty knackered, to be honest with you. Anyway, we crossed the line just here, super pleased with that. And now let's have a look at the GC, the general classification. So I've actually moved up quite a few places. I'm now in 40th position, which is unbelievable, really. And if you told me that at the start of the week that I'd be in 40th after 4 days, wouldn't have believed you, but here we are. So that is good news. We've got the KOM classification here, so I'm in 74th position, so after that little climb there, happy with that. We've got the Alpe Zwift tomorrow, so that is the Queen stage, so yeah, looking forward to that one. And the sprint jersey, I'm 106th, so almost in the top 100, so something to aim for there. So thanks very much for watching. It's been emotional so far. Looking forward to the next few stages, and I'll see you on the next one.